CLAT examination. So do visit AKS IAS Academy and also the website of AKS IAS Academy. And about me, I am Sandeep Bhushan and my credentials are: I have 10 years of teaching experience for civil services. I teach international relations and internal security and the analysis of the Hindu newspaper. And this session will certainly help you to crack prelims and mains examination, because throughout my session I would be emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases, and these keywords and the key phrases will certainly help you to identify the factual, analytical and conceptual questions for the preliminary examination. And not only that, by imbibing the keywords and the key phrases in your answer writing, that is for the mains examination, you will certainly score higher marks, because by inculcating the keywords and the key phrases, your answers would be precise and concise, and so thereby you will score higher marks in the mains examination. So the AKS IAS Academy daily news analysis will certainly help you to score higher marks in the mains 2020 as well as prelims and mains 2021. And this is today's daily news analysis of 13th October 2020, and the quote of the day is: look for something positive in each day, even if some days you have to look a little harder. So no doubt throughout your preparation, your goal, your entire journey, you will certainly have a little harder roles or harder days, but you need to also look in positiveness even in the harder times. So definitely look for something positive in each day, even if some days you have to look a little harder. And before I get into the daily news analysis, I would say a very good morning to everyone, the one who are in the live and also in the live chat: M. Khalil, Ramyarani, D. Suvarna, Rajesh, all of you, a warm welcome to AKS IAS Academy daily news analysis. And now I'll get into the topic, that is today's newspaper covers much in regards to the economy, or specifically in regards to the stimulus package, which is a mini stimulus package wherein the Union Finance Ministry has come up with the system or a kind of scenario wherein stimulus package has been provided so that there would be increase in consumption, there would be increase in demand. So the government or the finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman has gone ahead with the mini stimulus package, wherein the government and the finance ministry is hoping to spur fresh demand, spur in the sense increase the new demand of about 1 lakh crore. So it has gone ahead with 1 lakh crore in the second half of the year. So it wanted, the Union Finance Minister wanted a demand to be created around 1 lakh crore in the second half of the year, that is now. So definitely for that, the government or the Finance Minister has gone ahead with the mini stimulus, and this mini stimulus, it comprises incentives. It comprises incentives for the government and public sector employees. So why the incentives are being given? Now the question is, why the central government or the Union Finance Minister is or has come up with the mini stimulus, so that it is providing incentives to the government and the public sector employees. Why? Because the government wanted the employees, could be government or private sector's employees, to spend more. So they wanted people to spend more. But how does the people or else you and me spend more? Only when there is income, when there is excess of money, or when there is good amount of savings, then we can go ahead with the spending. So in the times of the COVID-19 pandemic situation, the scenario in regards to the economic is very bad, or the economic recovery is very contracted, and there is not much of liquidity in the market. or with the people or in the society. So thereby the government has gone ahead with the stimulus package, that is mini stimulus package, so that the government employees and the public sector employees goes ahead with spending more on consumer durables and services. So the finance ministry or the government wanted the people to spend more on consumer durables and services, so that the consumer spending increases. And not only that, they wanted to go ahead with the incentives, the government, but they wanted to provide even the interest free loans of around 12,000 crores to the states. So the Union Finance Ministry is not just talking about providing the loans, or giving incentives to the government and public sector employees, but also providing interest free loans. This is a keyword, interest free loans, so that of rupees 12,000 crores to the states, and that will be, the tenure will be for 50-year tenure to finance again capital expenditure, so that again the states will pump money into the system or into the market, so that capital expenditure will increase in the market, and thereby again there would be more of manufacturing goods, which would be economic activity, business revival, and then further again there could be more of job creation, salaries, and then consumer spending would be high. So definitely it has enhanced, the finance minister has enhanced center's own capital expenditure plans by spending on roads. So it wanted to not just go ahead with giving incentives to the employees, but also to the states interest free loans of 50 years. And not only that, they wanted to go ahead with spending in regards to the infrastructure development. So it is in regards to the incentives to the employees, and then in regards to the interest free loans to the states for 50 years, and then infrastructure development. If you can understand these three keywords, then it is very easy for you for in regards to making out what the mini stimulus package by the Union Finance Minister, trying to make sure that there is increase in demand, that is the consumer durables and services demand is high, so that the people should have first money. So for that, the government has gone ahead with taking these 3 steps, and here the government will go ahead with spending on roads, urban development, water supply, defense infrastructure, and domestically produced capital equipment for defense infrastructure, so that indigenous manufacturing units will be benefited here. So it is in regards to the roads, in regards to urban development, water supply, defense infrastructure, which is domestically produced infusing of capital equipment. So the 3 things which you need to focus, as I said, it is in regards to providing incentives to the employees, and then interest free state loans to the states, and infrastructure development. These 3 are crucial for your better conceptual understanding in regards to the mini stimulus by the Union Finance Minister to the employees, to the states, and the infrastructure development. And Azmat Khan has joined. A warm welcome to you, Azmat, to AKS IAS Academy Daily News Analysis. And it is both the central government is also making it very clear that the central government and the public sector employees were unable to travel, so that tourism was not really bouncing back to its normal because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation. And what the alternative the central government or the finance minister has looked at is to spend their LTC money, that is leave travel concession benefits, the benefits which are being given to the central government and the public sector employees in regards to the leave travel concession, that is LTC benefits, that they wanted to go ahead with spending their money in the form of LTC cash vouchers, which they would be spending, that is the government, central government and public sector employees would be spending the LTC cash vouchers, because at this time of COVID-19, wherein they are unable to go ahead with traveling, the tourism is not that impressive, so they wanted that money to be given in the form of the vouchers, so that the employees of the central government and the public sector employees would spend their money on these consumer goods. This is very crucial. On the consumer goods, so that the demand is increased. There is a spur in the demand. So that would be, cash vouchers would be expired, or it will have validity up to March 2021. And not only that, the government, the finance ministry has come up with a festival allowance also, wherein this festival allowance is of rupees 10,000, and the central employees can utilize the festival allowance, and they have to repay it in 10 interest-free installments by March 31st, 2021. So all these measures are to make sure that there is a spur in demand, especially in regards to the consumer goods and services. And apart from that, 2,000 crore of rupees of loan is made available to the states, which follow or undertake 3 of the 4 reforms wherein the finance ministry has come up in regards to the borrowing, and that is when the states follow them. 3 out of the 4 reforms which were initiated by the finance minister, those states will get rupees 2,000 crore of loans, and granting, which was in regards to the borrowing facility, and which is part of the Atmanirbhar package. So part of the Atmanirbhar package, wherein the additional borrowing flexibility was given to the states, but in turn the states do follow or implement 3 out of the 4 reforms which the finance ministry wanted the states to take up, so that there would be more of consumer demand. There would be the spending on of the consumer would be high. And if the people spend, only when the people spend, there would be a rise in the demand, and there would be improvement in the livelihood. So this is important. And there would always be a demand, or a demand can be created only when there is spending, and once the demand is created, the livelihood is improved. So you have the Atmanirbhar Bharat. So you have 5 pillars which are in regards to the self-reliant, that is economy, infrastructure, focusing on the system, that is technology, demography vibrant, and then demand. So it is economy, infrastructure, system, demography, and then demand. So these are the one which are very crucial in regards to the stimulus, mini stimulus package, which has been offered by the finance ministry to the employees, to the states, to the infrastructure development, festival allowance, and also additional borrowing flexibility to the states, part of the Atmanirbhar Bharat package. So these are the 5 keywords which you need to focus in regards to the mini stimulus package by the finance ministry, so that there would be more of spending of more on the consumer durables and services. And now we will focus another one which is again related to economy, that is inflation. So inflation has crossed 7%, which it has touched 7.34%. And the another side of it is the factory output of the factory, that is index of industrial production has shrinked, it has contracted. So first is in regards to the consumer spending should be high. The finance minister has taken an initiative measures, and the other side, if you look at, inflation is rising, that is the prices of the goods are increasing, but the money with the people is very low. The liquidity is very low, but the prices are increasing. So the inflation has crossed 7%, which is now almost 7.5 or 7.34%. And the other side of it is the index of industrial production, that is factory output, has contracted or it has shrinked. So the inflation has increased, and then index of industrial production or factory output has come down. So this is how you need to link it. Because of all this, the government has gone ahead with the mini stimulus package. And this inflation is rising certainly because the food prices are spiked. So if you look at many of the vegetables also, or in regards to the provisions, the prices have skyrocketed, and the vegetables almost are touching close to 80 to 100 rupees per kg of all the vegetables. So because of the food prices spiking, that is increasing, wherein the inflation of the food prices is 10.7%, wherein it was 9.05% in the month of August. So if you compare from August to September, the food prices inflation has increased. So overall inflation, you have food, you have again in regards to the vegetables, consumer provisions, and then in regards to the fruits, vegetables, protein items, protein food. So if you look at everything in toto, the inflation, that is consumer price inflation, CPI, consumer price inflation has increased to 7.34%, and this is the cause of concern because the prices are increasing and the money with the people is less. That is why there is a demand, artificial demand created, so that the prices are increasing, the money is loose, wherein the money or the liquidity is very less. That is why the finance minister has gone ahead with mini stimulus package, so that there would be more of liquidity with the people and there would be spur or increase in the consumer demand and on services. Consumer demand or consumer durables and services, there would be increase. And if you look at the other side of it, is industrial output has fallen down, and that is continuously falling since 6 months in a month of in a row for August. So if you look at right from March, April, May, June, July, August, the industrial output has fallen down and it has shrunk to 8%, and this is marginally improved performance. If you look at in the month of July, the industrial index of industrial production or the factory output was 10.8% July, but if you compare that with September, it is 8%. So definitely there is a progress in regards to the factory output, but still it is in the negative trend. And this inflation is by the food inflation, as I discussed. The overall consumer price inflation is because of the prices of the or else food prices increasing, and the transport cost has increased. And because of the food prices increasing and the transport cost increasing, now it is difficult for the RBI to cut rates. That is in regards to the repo rate or reverse repo rate. So these are the one wherein it is in regards to the amount of interest which wherein the banks lend, or else the Apex Bank lends money to the nationalized banks. So in regards to the rates, the RBI is not in a position to cut the repo rates. That is policy review meeting which will be taken up in the month of December. So probably it is now difficult to cut the repo rates because of the high inflation, especially in regards to the food prices increasing and factory output, that is index of industrial output, is decreasing. And here consumer price inflation is a keyword which you need to focus, and then index of industrial production. So these two are the one which you need to focus for the preliminary examination point of view, and the cut rates or else the repo rates or reverse repo rates. And the other one is all the segments when we are talking in regards to the index of industrial production. So when we are talking in regards to the industrial production, all the segments have been contracted. That is, it is all in the negative trend in the month of August, including food industry, pharma products, and then fast moving consumer good, that is FMCG, fast moving consumer goods. So all this, if you look at, definitely the contraction or negative trend is been followed in the food industry, pharma products, and then FMCG goods also. And a little bit of growth is seen in basic metals, in tobacco, and then in transport equipment, where the only manufacturing sectors which were shown some kind of growth. But if you look at the overall, the mining sector, the manufacturing sector, and the power sector have all declined, shrunk or declined, contracted. So if you look at mining, 9.8% it has fallen down up to, and then manufacturing now it is 8.6%. Power sector comparatively it is doing better than the manufacturing and the mining sector. It is 1.8. It is in regards to the contraction, that is negative trend, but it is certainly doing better because of the economic activity which is now increasing, that is the factories or the manufacturing units, or else in regards to the domestic consumption of electricity, or in regards to the commercial consumption of electricity has increased. That is why the power sector output is not highly in negative compared to the mining and manufacturing. So here we will focus what are the sectorial composition of index of industrial production. So you have three, one is manufacturing, mining, and the electricity. That is what we have looked at here: mining, manufacturing, and electricity, that is power sector. So if you look at manufacturing, it is 77.63%, mining 14.37%. The sector composition, how much the index of industrial production constitutes manufacturing, 77.63% of index of industrial production, or else factory output. Manufacturing is 77.63, mining is 14.37%, and then power sector is, or the electricity is 7.99%. So what is very crucial here, as I said, is index of industrial production and the sectorial composition. This is very crucial. Sectorial composition of IIP is very important for your conceptual understanding. I repeat, it is mining, manufacturing, power. This is what we have looked at. Sectoral composition of IIP: manufacturing, mining, and electricity. And Chandrasekhar has joined. A warm welcome to you, Chandrasekhar, to AKS IAS Academy daily news analysis. Now we will focus in regards to the another one news which talks about Delhi and Male link a pact for connectivity. So it is a pact for connectivity, that is agreement in regards to connectivity of how much? 400 million US dollars. Both Delhi, that is India, and Maldives have signed an agreement for connectivity purpose, and that is in regards to the 400 million US dollars. So definitely India has announced 500 million package to Maldives. And which are the one which are in regards to from India side and the Maldives? From India it is the Exim Bank of India. This is very crucial information because this could be part of your statement that India and Maldives have gone ahead with a 500 million package for the connectivity or else Greater Male Connectivity Project, and it is between which among the following, and the package or the pact is which among the following, so it is between Exim Bank of India, not Government of India or the Reserve Bank of India. It is Exim Bank of India from India side, and from Maldives it is Maldives Ministry of Finance. Look at it, it is not from RBI, it is not from Government of India, it is not from Finance Ministry, fine, but it is from Exim Bank of India. This is crucial information for Prelims 2021 and a conceptual understanding of the pact between India and Maldives, and they have signed an agreement for 400 million in Malay. And there is two concepts here, that is in regards to the line of credit, and then other one is in regards to the grant. We will look at. So this is a keyword here which you need to focus for a better conceptual understanding. So India has gone ahead with funding the Greater Malay Connectivity Project. So the pact or the agreement between India and Maldives is in regards to the Greater Malay Connectivity Project, which is the main project of the President of Maldives, that is Ibrahim Solih, and India has pledged a grant of 100 million. Look at it. It is in regards to the 400 million and 100 million. So total is 500 million. So the grant is 100 million. So you need to focus in regards to the two keywords here. What is line of credit for a preliminary conceptual understanding, and the other one is grant. So this we will look at it. No doubt we will look at it. And Ram Kumar has also joined. A warm welcome to you, Ram Kumar, to AKS IAS Academy Daily News Analysis. And if you look at this agreement, that is in regards to the Greater Malay Connectivity Project, has been taken up by India and Maldives, that is from External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and Maldives Foreign Minister Abdullah Shahid in the month of August 2020. And the Greater Malay Connectivity Project is very crucial and important for both, because it is a gateway for more developed and economically resilient nations. So it is very important connectivity for India, that is the Greater Malay Connectivity Project, which will be as a gateway to the more developed and economically resilient nation. Not only India, but many developed and economically resilient nation can have that, can use the Greater Malay Connectivity Project in regards to the economic diplomacy. So what is the two keywords is as a focus, line of credit and grant. These are crucial for the prelims point of view from UPSC and then prelims 2021. And also it could be for mains in regards to the Greater Malay Connectivity Project. And the grant and the LOC, that is line of credit, now which has come up, that is 500 million US dollars, is in addition to the previous line of credit which India has provided to Maldives, that is 800 million US dollars, and it is India's largest loans which has been extended into the particular region in the Indian Ocean. And now we will look at what is line of credit. What is line of credit? So it is a present borrowing limit. It is a present borrowing limit which a country or any party can use it at any time, and the borrower can take out money with whatever is needed until the limit is reached and the money is repaid. So it can be taken out and then it has to be repaid. So it can borrow again and again in the case of an open line of credit. So it is a borrowing limit which can be used at any time. So line of credit which has been from India to Maldives is right now 400 million US dollars, but earlier itself, previously we have gone ahead with 800 million US dollars. And if you look at what is grant, so a government grant is a financial award which is being given by the federal, state or the local government authority for any beneficial project. So here in this case, the grant is how much? 100 million US dollars. 100 million US dollars. So this one. So it is 100 million US dollars which is been granted by the government to Maldives, and this is effectively a gift, and it is the grantee is not expected to repay the money, so there is a difference between the line of credit and the government grant, which is very important for the your conceptual understanding for prelims point of view. So if you look at Maldives, this here you have Malay here, and then these are the islands which are, or you will have connectivity between Tilafushi and then Gulifahu and then Willingili islands and then connecting with the Malay. So that this connectivity is Greater Connectivity Malay Project. It is a Greater Connectivity Malay Project which will have the bridge, which will build a bridge linking the capital Malay here with the three islands, that is Willingili and then Gulifahu and Tilafushi, and these three or else the Greater Malay Connectivity Project can be also taken into consideration as a geography map based question for the prelims 2021 also. Geography map based. So which among the following three islands are bridged or linked to the capital city or the capital of Maldives, that is Malay, that is Tilafushi, Gulifahu and then Willingili, or the three islands. This is very crucial. That is why I have taken the map for you, for your better understanding, so that it will be in your subconscious mind. And then you have an Nobel Peace Prize for Economy, and then US economists, that is Paul Milgrom and then Robert Wilson, have been awarded the Nobel Economic Prize for 2020 for the work on commercial auctions. So this is a keyword. So they have got, or they have been awarded the Nobel Economic Prize for the work that is commercial auctions. Auctions is the very one, and it includes goods and services which are difficult to sell in traditional ways. So which are very or the goods or the services which are very difficult to sell in a traditional way, wherein they have worked, both these US economists have worked on the commercial auctions of the goods and services which are actually difficult to sell in traditional ways. So they have worked on this. The DO has been honored for improvement to auction theory. So how the auction theory gets into the practice or gets into the implementation, so that the goods and services which are difficult to be sold will be in a position to made an auction a little further more beneficial for the sellers, for the buyers, and also for the taxpayers around the world. So it is an invention of new auction formats. It is an invention of new auction formats which is an improvement to the auction theory, and which they have worked on for the commercial auctions. So the one which is very crucial is the work which they have done, that they have been awarded the Nobel Economic Prize, is commercial auction, improvements to auctions theory, and inventions of new auction formats. Invention. And Mr. Wilson was been spotlighted, or he was underscored, or he was recognized for developing a theory for auctions with a common value. So he has developed a theory for auctions focusing on one keyword, that is value. On value. That means, what does a value means? A value which is uncertain when you are actually buying or selling. A value for a particular product would be uncertain beforehand, but in the end the same it is for everyone. The value, if it is for X, Y, Z, it is uncertain for the one who is purchasing for X, Y and Z beforehand initially, but after that the value would be the same to everyone. So that is what he has come up with, developing a theory for auctions with a common value by Mr. Wilson. And Bunny has also joined. A warm welcome to you. And he has also showed why rational bidders. So there are bidders who bid under their own estimate of worth. So that is in regards to the value. So what they think that they go ahead with, bidding their own estimate. So the bidder has their own estimates. That is the one who is purchasing it or who is taking it, buying it, and he definitely is under his own estimate because he feels, he or she, that there are worries over winner's curse or winning the auction but paying too much. So that means you win the auction but you are paying too much, and that is called as, when you are paying too much, and that is called as winner's curse. And this has been taken into consideration in regards to the Wilson's work. And in regards to the Milgrom, he has come up with a general theory of auctions, and he has come up with the general theory of auctions by analyzing the bidding strategies in different auction forms. So Wilson has come up with the common value, and then the Milgrom has come up with the general theory of auctions analyzing the bidding strategies. Look at it. One is focusing on the common value, the other one is focusing on the bidding strategies. These two keywords, please do focus. If you can understand this, then you will understand better why these two duo Americans economists have been awarded the Nobel Economic Prize for 2020. One is entire thing is in regards to the auctioning. Both have been given in regards to the auction. Theory of auction, new theory of auction. One has focused on the common value of the good, and the other one has focused on the bidding strategies. And definitely the academy, that is the one institution who has awarded the Nobel Academy, has said that people have always sold things to the highest bidder, because the one who bids high, the one who sells will get more money. Or the societies have also had to allocate even more complex objects. So definitely the people definitely tries to sell things to the highest bidder, but the bidder who is winning the auction pays too much, and that is what is called as winner's curse. And they have invented new formats for auctioning off on behalf of seller motivated or broad societal benefit rather than maximal revenue. So rather than getting more of money here, they are sellers motivated by broad societal benefit. So auctioning is done, but the bidder who is actually purchasing it is not getting maximum revenue, but he is paying too much for the one what he has bid it, and they both have got the price sum of 10 million Swedish kroner or equivalent to 1.1 million US dollars or 950 euros. And there is one other news which talks about climate change to blame for doubling of disasters. So definitely we are experiencing disasters, and we are also experiencing the climate change, and there is a link between the climate change and the disasters. There is a link between, or directly proportional. Climate change is directly proportional to the disasters, and that is what we will be looking at. And who has said this, that there is doubling of disasters because of the climate change? It is the United Nations. It has said that climate change is largely to be blamed for the doubling of natural disasters since last 20 years, that is from 2000 till 2020. It is only because of the climate change we are experiencing various natural disasters across the globe in various continents. It could be in regards to the floods or droughts, or else extreme heat conditions, or else in regards to the fires, the forest fires. So all these are definitely taken up by the United Nations disaster risk reduction, and they have said that it is 7,348 disaster events which have occurred from 2000 to 2019 in almost 20 years, and claiming 1.23 lives and affecting 4.2 billion people across, and it has costed, or it has shrunk the global economy to 2.97 trillions. That is almost 3 trillions it has been costed because of the climate change, because of the natural disasters which have been taken up. And then definitely from 1980 to 1999, that is for another 20 years before 2000 to 2019, that is 1980 to 1999, there were 4,212 major natural disasters, and this was by the United Nations Disaster Risk Reduction. They have come up with the new report, and it is titled as the Human Cost of Disasters 2000 to 2019, and this is very important information for prelims 2020, because we are looking at the report of the United Nations Disaster Risk Reduction. This is a keyword. United Nations Disaster Risk Reduction, which has come up with a report titled as the Human Cost of Disasters 2000 to 2019, and it is certainly blaming the climate change for the doubling of natural disasters which are taken place from 2000 to 2019, and also if you look back from 1980 to 1919, and also it is because of the climate change. And climate related disasters are definitely in regards to the extreme weather conditions, and not only that, when we are talking about the extreme weather conditions or weather events, they are of floods, droughts, and then storms. And extreme heat is proving especially deadly because of the, we have seen the forest being totally gutted under fire, and because of that lives have been lost and the property has been lost. Economy is also being affected because of this extreme heat conditions, which is certainly affecting large swathes of forest land. And the United Nations Disaster Risk is also, the chief of it, Muthoot, has accused various governments of not doing enough to prevent climate hazards. So definitely there are climate hazards, and those hazards have to be prevented by various governments across the globe, but they are not really coming forward to prevent or not doing enough to prevent the climate hazards. And then she has called for better preparation for looming disasters. So certainly there are various disasters to be forthcoming, and they are certainly to loom, to increase, and we need to be better prepared. And definitely there is lot to be invested in prevention, in climate change, adaptation, and then disaster risk reduction. So the governments across the world have to start investing in prevention, climate change adaptations, and then disaster risk reduction. So instead of that, we are experiencing the odds, that is the negative side of it, or the entire natural disasters we have experienced, and they are stacked against us when we fail, because we are failing to act on signs and early warnings. So definitely signs and early warnings have to be taken into consideration by various governments, and they can do it, or they can definitely make sure that they are not affected, or they are not adversely affected by natural disasters only when they start investing in prevention, climate change adaptation, and disaster risk reductions. Until unless we need to experience the drought like situation, extreme weather conditions, and then loss of life, and then loss of property, economy. So all these are bound to be happen, or looming disasters, all these are. So definitely this is again in regards to the natural disaster or disaster management. If you look at these questions, will be part of it. So who is the one who has come up with the report? This is very important. That is UNDRR, United Nations Disaster Risk Reduction. So we are focused in regards to the various news analysis we have done, and now we will recapitulate it. Here it is, this is in regards to the economy we are focused, which is again a mini stimulus package, and then this is again in regards to the inflation and industrial index production, that is the factory output, which is again very important in regards to the spur of the growth, and this is in regards to the Greater Malay Connectivity Project, which is again we need to focus in regards to the line of credit and the government grant, difference between both of them. And this is in regards to the current affairs, especially focusing in regards to the auction theory. And we were talking about auction theory. One has focused on the value, common value, and the other one is in regards to the bidder strategies. And here this is in regards to the disaster management, or how it has impacted the loss of life and also the property, loss of life and property. So how we need to start investing in various acts, that is signs and early warning systems, so that we can prevent loss of life and the property also. So I hope this session, that is daily news analysis at AKS IAS Academy, has been an informative, knowledgeable, and then definitely having an edge over others in regards to the mains 2020 as well as prelims 2021. So I would say a very big thank you to all and a best of luck to you all. Do like the video, share the video and subscribe the video, and then visit the AKS IAS Academy and also subscribe the Telegram link of AKS IAS Academy, that is Advanced Knowledge System. And then see you again tomorrow at 7:30 AM in regards to the daily news analysis. And then I reiterate once again, do stick to your consistency of your preparation, stick to your schedule of your preparation, and then do take care of your physical health and mental health. And once you are into this mode, getting into this mode very particularly or seriously, certainly you will reach your goals, which are short term and then long term goals. So I would say a very big thank you to all, and then see you tomorrow at 7:30 AM with daily news analysis